Hi everyone, this is a Math 082 video. This is Chapter 1, Section 4, which teaches us how to graph lines using the slope and the y-intercept. So, we're going to assume that we were given an equation that's already in slope-intercept form. If you recall, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So using slope-intercept form, we know already just by looking at this equation that our slope, m, is 2/3. So let's take a minute and sort of jog our memories and try to remember some definitions of slope. Well, slope can be defined as rise over run. It can also be defined as the change in y. The little triangle there is actually the Greek letter delta. Okay, because math people, we just hate writing words if we can help it, so we make up lots of symbols. Okay, so we have the change in y over the change in x. Those are all valid definitions of slope, and they're going to help us figure out how to graph this equation. The second piece of information we have here is this +1, and that +1 actually tells us our y-intercept. Okay, and you might recall from a previous video that the y-intercept is actually an ordered pair. Where it crosses the y-axis is actually at x equals 0, y equals 1. So take a minute and think about where should we start. Should we start using the slope or should we start using the y-intercept? Well, if you haven't already answered that question, the answer is that we always have to start by graphing the y-intercept. This is like our starting point, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and graph the point 0, 1. Again, that is our y-intercept. So that is our first point, but we need at least 2 points to define a line. So our slope tells us where to go from here. So notice the definition of slope, rise over run, is the change in y over the change in x. So if my slope is 2/3, that means that I go up 2 units, and then I go over 3 units. Okay, and I guess technically you could do it in any order. We usually do the y first and then the x, but it's going to get you to the same location either way. Okay, so I'm going to go up 2 units, like that. That's a +2. And then I'm going to go over 3 units. That's +3. And, oops, sorry. That's going to land me right here, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my screen here. It's not working. I think, yeah, when I go over a point to try to make a dot, it thinks that I'm trying to do something else. Okay, important point here. I can keep going. I don't need to just have 2 points. I can keep going up 2 and over 3, up 2 and over 3, until I'm not even on my graph anymore. And I can create as many points as I want to. Okay. Another very important point, I'm going to use a different color here to sort of highlight this concept. Okay, if I wanted to get points, hopefully you can see that if I were to go ahead and draw this line here, remember lines are infinite in both directions, that I would also have some points to the left of my y-intercept. So how can I generate those? Well, it's actually not that bad, not that terrifying. What I would do is I would go down 2 units, and then I would go left. And if that puzzles you, as far as signs are concerned, try to remember that -2 divided by -3 is the same as +2 over +3, because, remember, math rules, right? These negative signs would cancel out. So anytime I'm graphing a line with a positive slope, I can go up and I can go, I guess I should have written right. That would be more specific. I apologize for the ambiguity there. I could also go down 2 units and left 3 units. And you could keep doing that. I'm not going to, because as you can see, I'm running into the rest of my text here. Okay, but I can go ahead and draw this line connecting all of these points. And again, it's good habit to get into of drawing arrows at the end point of your line to represent the idea or the concept that this is infinite in both directions. It's also a nice habit to get into to label your line, y equals 2/3 x plus 1. So I'll be making some more videos. This seems to be one of the main issues, struggles that students have. I'm assuming it's because most people don't spend their free time graphing. It's not not really reinforced in everyday life like some arithmetic is. So I'll keep making videos on this. Hopefully that was helpful and enlightening to you guys.